Hey guys! Today we're going to be taking a look at the Nomatic Navigator 15L backpack, which is a really sleek and expandable everyday carry bag. And I've been a big fan of Nomatic's products for a while now. Their original travel pack is one of my favorite expandable backpacks of all time. I really love their larger 40-liter duffel for longer term travel. And I was also a fan of the camera pack that they collaborated on with Peter McKinnon. And so with this new Navigator line, it seemed like they really did a good job of updating the aesthetics and the materials of their bags without losing too much of what made their original bags so unique. And so I've been testing out the 15-liter bag for the past couple of weeks, and so far it's been a pretty good experience. The bag has been very comfortable to wear. It has a solid build quality. I really like all the organizational options that it offers, and it also has a really cool and modern aesthetic. So I'm really excited to share it with you guys. And with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. Starting off with the outside of the bag, I really like the overall aesthetic. This is definitely a big improvement over the original Nomatic backpacks in my opinion. This just has a much more rounded and modern shape. It feels a little bit more stylish than the boxy exterior that the original bags had. And I feel like this is going to blend in very well into a lot of different environments, whether you're taking this into the office or for walking around the city. The bag has an all black exterior, and then you also have some reflective paneling on the front that's going to add some visibility if you happen to be riding your bike. And as far as the materials, the bag feels really well built. The materials are not listed on Nomatic's site. Just by touch on the front here, this sort of feels like a ballistic nylon material, so very rugged. It feels like it's going to hold up well to rougher usage, and like it's also going to offer a nice amount of weather resistance. And then I really like that you have some well protected zippers all throughout. They have aqua guards to help keep water away from everything that you have inside of the bag. These zippers are also not listed on the company site, but I do believe that in the past I've heard that Nomatic uses Zoom zippers instead of YKK. I'll have to follow up on that, but so far the zippers have worked very well. They're smooth and they feel like they're also going to hold up well over the longer term. And then while we're talking about the zippers, one thing that I wanted to mention is that they all seem to have some sort of security feature so that you can add some peace of mind while you're walking around. So many of the zipper pockets have these little loops where you can actually tuck the zipper pull through to help just make it a little bit more difficult for a pickpocket to potentially open the bag. So you have that on some of the pockets, and then on the pockets where you don't have one of those loops, you can actually interlace these zippers together so they don't quite lock, although you could probably, stick some sort of a cable lock in through here if you wanted to give it extra security, but you can just kind of interlace the zipper locks here. You can't open them too easily. You kind of have to thread them through to be able to open them properly. So, this is an interesting system. It works pretty well. It doesn't add a ton of additional security, but again, just a little bit of friction to help as deterrent from anybody who's looking to get into your bag. Continuing along the outside, you have some really nice handles at the top and on the side of the bag that are going to allow you to load this into an overhead storage compartment or carry the bag like a suitcase if you want. And the handles have this nice seatbelt like material that's pretty thick and soft, so it's comfortable to hold even when the bag is a little bit more packed out. And I like that these stay pretty flush against the bag when you're not using them to maintain a cleaner look. And then also on the exterior on the front, you have a few Hypalon loops that work with some included compression straps that Nomatic has thrown in with the bag, and you can use this to attach any accessories that don't fit on the inside of the bag. So normally I like to use this for attaching something like a jacket or maybe my skateboard if I happen to be using that with me on my day-to-day. So I really like the flexibility that these offer. They have these great metallic G-hooks, so it really feels like anything that you place here is going to be securely held. And then it's nice that you can fully remove them if you want to give the bag a more minimal appearance. And then moving into the capacity, the bag comes in at about 15 liters, which is a little bit smaller than what I normally like to carry with me. I typically like a bag that's about 20 to 25 liters as an EDC backpack, but even with the smaller size, I was able to fit most of the items that I like to have with me on a day-to-day basis, and I like that the bag maintains a very slim silhouette, even when it's a little bit more packed out, to make it great for navigating crowded areas or jumping onto public transit. And then one of the interesting features about the bag is that it actually expands out to 20 liters if you need a little bit more capacity. So it's nice to have that extra bit of flexibility. So this is great for anybody who, prefers to have a more minimal daily carry, or if you have a smaller frame, the bag is going to be a little bit slimmer than some of the other ones that we look at on the channel, but you still have that extra ability to expand it out to make it a larger everyday bag when you need to. And then taking a look at these straps and the back paneling, so far the bag has been very comfortable to wear. I really like how the straps have been implemented here. They have a thick padding that's pretty soft right out of the box, very comfortable. And then on the inside, there's no sort of meshy material to help prevent moisture from building up, which would have been a nice addition. But I do like that the straps have a nice width to help prevent them from digging into my shoulders when the bag is a little bit more packed out. And then on top of that, these straps also have an adjustable and removable sternum strap to help distribute the weight. Moving into the back paneling, this has also been really comfortable. It has the same EVA padding that we saw on the straps. Again, I wish there would have been maybe some mesh included here to help with breathability. That's more of a personal preference, however, and this still feels comfortable. And then I like that the padding has a nice amount of elevation to create these air channels to help with airflow while walking around throughout the day. And then one last thing that I want to call out while we're on the back paneling is that you have this nice luggage pass through here to allow you to rest this on a suitcase while you're traveling to save some weight on your back. Jumping into the organizational options, the bag has some really great pocketing all throughout, which was really impressive, especially considering how slim the bag is. So starting off on the side, earlier I didn't really mention anything about a water bottle compartment because it doesn't have an external water bottle pocket in the traditional sense. So here on one of the sides, you have a zippered pocket that can double as a water bottle pocket. So again, you have a nice weather sealing here and a decent amount of space, and this actually pokes into the main area, so it will be taking up volume from the inside. But what makes this a water bottle compartment is both the space and the material that's on the inside. So first up, what I currently have in here is the same 20-ounce water bottle that you've seen in a lot of my other daily bag videos, and that fits in there pretty comfortably. And then on the inside, you have this nice kind of waterproof material that's going to help keep everything protected and separate from what's on the inside of the main area. So I really like having this extra ability. I still think I would have preferred an external water bottle pocket, but this is a nice alternative, and it does allow you to use this for other items. If you don't carry a water bottle, you can use this maybe for some wet clothing after going to the gym. So it has a nice amount of volume. Again, this material feels very protective. And then you also have a drainage hole at the bottom that's going to allow any water that leaks to just spill out and kind of ventilate the compartment. And then on the front of the bag, you have another quick access compartment, and this one is going to be a little bit slimmer, and it's pretty well hidden under this flap here. You also have the ability to kind of lock it with this little loop. I left it out so that I can open it quicker for the moment, and so a decent amount of space, even though this is a slimmer pocket, and some internal organization as well. So first up, you see that you have this little Hypalon loop that's going to be a great spot to attach something like your keys or a multi-tool, which is what I currently have here. And this has this snap closure so that you can get whatever you need on and off very quickly and easily. And then as far as the space offered in this compartment, it does extend all the way across the front of the bag. So you have a little bit of capacity for something that's going to be flatter but still taller. So currently what I have here is my Kindle e-reader, but this might also be a good spot for something like a notebook or maybe a slimmer pouch. And then on the inside of this compartment, you have a very well hidden zipper that's going to be a great spot for something a little bit more sensitive. Maybe if you're carrying your passport with you or a wallet. Currently what I have here is just my Field Notes notebook to just kind of show off the size. Moving up to the top, you have another really nice quick access pocket. Again, it has the same locking mechanism that I've mentioned a few times during the video. So threading that through, you can open this up and you have a little bit more volume in this one. This is similar to the quick access pockets that we've seen on bags like the Air Daypack 2. So really love the implementation here and how much flexibility it gives you with what you can store. So currently what I have in this pocket are my sunglasses with their case. And then I also tossed in my Apple AirPods, and even with those items in there, I still had some leftover capacity. One thing I want to call out here is you can see that this is connected to a lightning cable, and that's actually threaded through into the main compartment. There's a little opening here that's going to allow you to connect it to a portable power bank that we'll take a look at in a second. And then on the inside of this compartment, in addition to the space, you also have this soft kind of fleece microfiber lining, so it's very soft and it definitely feels like it's going to help keep your items protected against scratching. The next area that we're going to take a look at is the laptop and tablet sleeve. And so this has a very well protected zipper that has a pretty wide opening. It doesn't open up completely flat, but the zipper on one side does come almost all the way to the bottom to allow you to reach in and see your devices very easily. And so you do have space here for a tablet and a laptop sleeve. They're separated out by this divider wall, but both of the areas of this compartment are actually suspended off the bottom of the ground, which was really nice to see. So on the front, I just tossed in my iPad mini, and you can see that that fit in there very comfortably. You could definitely place a larger 10 or 11-inch tablet there on the front. And then for the laptop sleeve itself, I chose to place my laptop in the sleeve just to give it a little bit more protection, as the sleeve is a little padded. And this is definitely gonna be able to hold up to a 15 or 16-inch laptop. Currently what I have is a 13-inch MacBook Pro. You can see there's some leftover space at the top. Again, the sleeve is suspended, which is very nice to see. And so pulling my laptop out, now with the compartment empty, you can get a better look at the inside. And so this does come up a decent amount. If you happen to have a thicker device, it should be able to fit in here comfortably. And there's no sort of fleece lining on the inside, similar to what we saw on the top quick access pocket, which would have been a nice addition. But the lining here is actually pretty soft. And in general, it definitely feels like my laptop is gonna be very well protected while I'm running around throughout the day. And then the last area that we're gonna be taking a look at is the main compartment. And so before jumping into that, one thing that I wanted to call out about the shape of the bag is that this is pretty rigid. So the bag holds its shape very well, whether it's full or empty, which is great for making it keep a little bit of a cleaner look and to add some protection for what's on the inside, but it doesn't give you a whole lot of flexibility with what you can store. So if you have some bulkier items, that does present a little bit of a challenge. But diving into the compartment itself, it has a pretty wide opening. It doesn't open fully clamshell because it has these gussets on the side that are gonna prevent the bag from spilling open. This is nice, you know, when you have the bag next to you at a coffee shop, you can just open it up and just have a full view for everything that's on the inside. And it's still wide enough that you get a good view even to the bottom of the bag. And so at 15 liters, again, this is a little bit more limiting than the bags that I normally like to use, but I was surprised with what I was still able to store in here, given all the different organizational options that are provided. So jumping in, what I currently have here at the top is my Beats Studio wireless headphones. And then I also tossed in my drone remote along with my DJI Mavic Mini case. So there was plenty of space for that. And then down at the bottom, you have some additional organizational areas. You can see there's some slip pockets. So there's a larger one here towards the bottom that has some great elasticity. And what I stored in here was just a full-size moleskin notebook. And then moving up along the top, you have some smaller slip pockets. Again, I like how many different spots are provided to store everything that you might need to. And so in this one on the left, I have my Matador packable kind of pocket blanket that I use when I'm just sitting around outside and I don't want to get my pants dirty. And then next to that, I have my Blue Pod portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank. So again, because of the elasticity of these pockets, you can really store some nice accessories. And I currently have this connected to a lightning cable that actually passes through, as I showed earlier, into the top quick access pocket. So you can be charging your device while storing it in that area. So really like the ability to kind of thread that through. And then at the top, you just have two more additional smaller slip pockets. And this one here on the right, I was just storing the excess cable to just keep a little bit of a neater look on the inside while charging my device. And then on the left, I just tossed in my Apple Magic Mouse. So really love all the different slip pockets that are offered here, and then they just kind of stay out of the way if you don't want to use them. And then while we have the compartment open like this, one thing that I wanted to call out was the amount of space that the water bottle pocket takes. So earlier we saw the exterior of the bag. When this was filled with the water bottle, here you can see just how much this comes into the bag. So when you have your water bottle placed inside here, it's gonna take up a significant amount of space from the capacity that you have here in this main compartment. And then on the front flap of this compartment, you have a few additional zippered pockets that are gonna provide some extra organizational options. So on the bottom, you have one that has that same kind of elastic mesh that we saw on the other slip pockets that we had in here. So I really like how durable and stretchy this feels to just give you some flexibility with what you can store in here. And I just tossed in a few smaller items into the compartment, even though it has plenty of volume. So I just tossed in a stylus, and then I threw in a little cable that I like to have with me to charge my devices. And then I also tossed in a small stand that I like to use to hold up my phone or my tablet. And then at the top, you have another zipper compartment, and this one is RFID protected, so it's gonna be a great spot for anything more delicate that you have with you. If you have some credit cards or your passports, I like that this also isn't a see-through compartment, so it just keeps everything a little bit more hidden, and then it's nice that it's gonna be protected from skimmers. And so on the inside of here, I just tossed in my Nomatic wallet, but again, you can see just how much space this has, so you can actually toss in a few of your more delicate items here very easily. And so with the bag as is at 15 liters, it still offers a pretty good amount of space, more than I was originally anticipating, but if you need a little bit more flexibility, as mentioned earlier, you do have the ability to expand the bag out. So it has this extra zipper here along the side that you can release, and you get 5 more liters of capacity. So you can see here the amount of expansion that you get. So I'll finish opening this up, and then you get just some extra flexibility with the bag. This is probably the size that I normally would prefer for an everyday bag, as mentioned earlier. And with the amount of volume that you have here, you can actually toss in quite a bit. So, along with the items that I had in here, you could probably toss in a jacket, some gym clothes, maybe a lunchbox, or if you're traveling super minimally, this is gonna allow you to toss in something like a compressible packing cube with a dop kit, maybe an extra pair of shoes, and then you can use this as kind of a weekend bag if needed. So I really love the flexibility offered by the expansion and the layout of this main area, and I just really love the design all throughout the bag. It looks great, it feels very durable, and if you're looking for a sleek and minimal everyday carry bag, then this is gonna be a fantastic option to take a look at. And so to wrap up, it's been a great experience testing out the Nomatic Navigator backpack over the past couple of weeks. The bag has been very comfortable to wear, it has a great build quality, I really like the updated aesthetics that it has, and it also comes with a really nice organizational layout. And so you can currently purchase this on Nomatic's site or Amazon for about $250, which is definitely a bit of an investment for a bag in this category. It does have a solid build quality and some interesting features, but there are going to be a lot of other great options to consider in this price range. And so as I was testing this out, the first bag this made me think of was of course the Nomatic Travel Pack. And I actually haven't had a chance to test out V2 of the Travel Pack because I still have the original. It's actually held up very well, it's still one of my favorite bags. And I don't like the aesthetic of that or the updated version nearly as much as this Navigator series here. But overall as a bag, I think it might be a better option, at least for my needs. I really love the additional features that it comes with, and also its expansion just works better overall because it opens up to a little bit of a larger size. This one, even though it expands, it's still very much an everyday carry bag size as opposed to working quite as well for minimal travel. And then I also really like the more clamshell style opening of the travel pack and some of the nice additional features that it came with. So if you like Nomatic's bags and you don't mind the aesthetic and you just want something that's gonna offer the most versatility that you can get, then that's gonna be one of the best options to check out. The next bag this made me think of is the Air Day Pack 2, which is another great minimal and sleek everyday carry bag that has a more professional aesthetic that's gonna work well in an office setting. That's been one of my favorite daily bags that's been released over the past year. Just has a great build quality, it's very comfortable to wear, it has a ton of different ways to organize all of your tech, and that one's also gonna come in at a much lower price point at around $140, $145. So if you're looking for something with this sort of aesthetic that's gonna keep all of your stuff very well protected, then that's gonna be one of the best options to take a look at. Another bag this made me think of is the Timbuktu Lane Commuter Backpack, which is another really sleek everyday carry bag, had a great build quality, tons of weather resistance, and that one was a little bit more focused on somebody who commutes to work maybe by bike. It has some nice reflective paneling on the front, similar to this one here. It actually has a similar capacity. That one comes in at 18 liters. It doesn't have the expansion that this one has, but it can still hold a good amount of stuff. It has some great laptop protection. It includes a removable rain cover. It's comfortable to wear. And that one is also gonna come in at under $200. So if you're looking for something that has this sort of an aesthetic and you wanna save a little bit of money, then that's gonna be another great option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Wander Duo Day Pack, which is a really versatile bag that has a great build quality, really weather resistant exterior, some nice organizational options, and that one also comes with some really great ways to organize your camera equipment. That one's also gonna be in a similar price range to this, so if you're looking for something that has a modern and techie vibe, but that's also gonna be able to hold some of your camera gear while you're running around on your day-to-day, then that's gonna be a great option to check out. With that being said, the Nomatic Navigator backpack holds up pretty well against all those bags. And if you're looking for a durable and comfortable everyday carry bag that's gonna have a sleek aesthetic and still offer a little bit of expandability, then this is gonna be a really good option to take a look at. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you guys think of the Nomatic Navigator backpack and how it compares to some of Nomatic's other bags that we featured on the channel in the past. And if there are any similar options that you think I should check out, as always, please let me know in the comments. And I want to thank you for watching and supporting the channel. And if you found this video helpful, please give us a like. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.